I will say this. The last 3 weeks have been slow incremental improvements in the passing in different areas, but in the passing game. And yesterday he was able to put it all together. We got plenty to talk about here on Zander Time. Plenty to talk about here on Zander. I'm right where I want to be. I got the Eagle haters telling me I got my Eagle earmuffs back on. And I got the fanboys. Shut up, all you nerds. All you nerds, shut up. Roll Philly, you better stay put, my friend. I'm coming for your ass. I'm coming for all you guys. All right? Yesterday was a beautiful performance by Jalen Hurts, by the Eagles offense, and getting back in the win column. It's a beautiful thing. All right? Peace is restored in Eagle Kingdom. Peace is restored in Eagle Kingdom. Okay? Almighty Lambo says, Xander, they're finna put you in a crock pot and cook you like stir fry. Shut up, Almighty Lambo. Nobody cooking me. Roll Philly admitted to me. He says, that's the kind of fan I am. I'm a fanboy. I was with Carson Wentz until he wasn't the quarterback anymore. All right? That's okay. He doesn't have to be objective. I'm going to be objective. All right? I'm going to be objective. M. Reyes, Hurts perfect game. Stir fry in a crock pot. I don't know. I don't cook, dude. I wouldn't know. I'm not a cook. Do I look like a chef to you? Do I look like I cook the meals in this household? All right. Do I look like I'm marrying a woman who's not going to be the chef of the household? Is that what I look like to you? Jalenites assemble. Anthony, get rally up the troops, Anthony. The Jalenites are here, as they should be. Look, credit was earned yesterday. Jalen Hurts was phenomenal yesterday. As I said on the postgame show, as I said here, as I've said all day, Jalen Hurts was phenomenal. For anybody who likes to think that the first 6 weeks didn't happen because he had a good game yesterday, I will tell you all that you are sadly mistaken. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what everybody who was critical of Jalen Hurts wanted. And if you're going to sit here and say that makes them a bad fan, you don't. First off, who the fuck are you to tell somebody how they should be a fan? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But they weren't wrong. We got to be consistent. This is how we have to play football. When you have a quarterback that people talk about like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, that he's elite, that he's this, that's what we need to see. Defense is struggling. Running game is struggling. Guess what? Your MVP quarterback got to lift you up. And he did that yesterday. And he deserves a ton of credit for it. Okay? He deserves a ton of credit for it. Now let's build on this. You got to be consistent. You're going to have to do it week in and week out. I want to show you guys something. Okay? For all the people who say I'm a flip-flopper, all right, I'm going to dispute your bullshit narrative right now. Okay? Let me load up my book. Okay? March 24th, 2025. March 24th, 2025. See that? All right. Xander's predictions for 2025. One. The first one. Jalen Hurts will finish top 3 in the MVP voting. Okay? I'll tell you why I put that in a second. Number 8 on the list. Jalen Hurts will throw for 4K yards and 30 touchdowns. You know why I put that? Someone tell me why I put that on my bold predictions. Somebody tell me why I would put Jalen will be in the MVP. Jalen will throw for 4K yards for the first time in his career. Someone tell me why I would put that. Because this team needs the quarterback to elevate the team this year. He did it yesterday, and he deserves credit. He's going to have to do it week in and week out. Stop acting like if you tell me he's elite and then you don't criticize him when he's not elite, you're a fanboy. Just like you, Roll Philly, you're a fanboy. You're a fanboy. It's okay. You admitted to me you're a fanboy. You're allowed to be. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan. You can be a fan however you want to be a fan. It doesn't bother me. I don't care that you're. Dank says it all the time. I'm a Jalen fanboy. I love Dank. Me and Dank go back and forth all the time. Dank is entitled to be a fanboy and be a fan that way. It's okay. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. It's all right. Agreed, Spa City. Spa City. This is again though the point of Jalen Hurts needs to play like an MVP because the O-line is trash cans right now. The running game can't get going for shit. The defense is a little suspect. And the only way that we're going to win is if Jalen Hurts plays MVP. Oh, see, this is such a stupid comment. Dank, I know you respect, bro. I respect you too. I appreciate you, Dank. Dank is the best kind of fanboy. Here's Roll Philly. Zander, you've changed your tune a lot. That's because he played like shit. We lost 2 games to the Broncos and the Giants. You want me to get new information and keep the same take? What kind of dumbass shit is that? Here's new information. Don't change. Here is new information for you where Jalen Hurts was not playing like an MVP, where we lost to the Giants and the Broncos, where he didn't play great games. You just stay right there. Come on. That's fanboy talk. I didn't change my tune. If you're going to be elite, you're going to be held to elite standards. When you lose to the Broncos and the Giants, guess what? That's not elite standards. It's a lot harder to support. What do you want, bro? You want a cookie because you support Jalen when he doesn't play well? Is that what you want? You want me to bake you up a cookie? Is that what you need? You need a cookie because you supported Jalen? Do you think you get like vanity points or something because you ride for Jalen when nobody else does? Is that what you think you get? Good. Enjoy them. Enjoy the fucking cookie. I don't give a shit. That's not how I do my show. You don't have to listen. All right. JoJo says, Jalen was great. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. He needs to be consistent. I agree. And I think he will be more consistent, honestly. You know, if you look at the last 3 weeks, I'll say this. All right. I can't bake. That's correct. All right. I will say this. The last 3 weeks have been slow incremental improvements in the passing in different areas, but in the passing game. And yesterday he was able to put it all together. Now, the one thing I would say, if you want me to nitpick, and I will nitpick, you know me, I'll nitpick. And incoming all the haters. Here come, look, life is for living. You a goofy. You're a goofy. All right. If you want me to nitpick yesterday, and I think this is on the coaching staff, they don't do anything easy. They don't make anything easy for Jalen Hurts. Even yesterday, Jalen Hurts delivered a 158.3 in a perfect passer game. And everything was down the field. Everything was down the field. They don't give him any quick routes. They don't give him any A.J. Brown slants. They don't give him any underneath screen passes. They don't give him any quick outs. Nothing. It's all pushing it down the field. I don't know if that's something you can be consistent with week in and week out. As John was alluding to today, like when you get a cover 2 defense, you're not going to be able to push it down the field every play. You know, you got to dissect those defenses differently, you know? And that's where the run game is going to be an issue, by the way. How do you beat a cover 2? How do you beat cover 2? You run the ball down their throat and get them out of cover 2. If we can't run the ball, it's going to be tough sledding. So the running game is an issue. Now, I posed the question earlier to John. I'll see what you guys think of it. Is it time for this team to be a passing team? Is it time to be a passing team? All right, and I don't mean abandon the run. I don't mean never run. I'm just saying the last year and change, we've buttered our bread on being a running team. Is it time to just put the ball in Jalen's hands and sink or swim that way? Look, I'd almost rather do that. Roll Philly says, I hate looking stupid. I don't think I look stupid at all. And I am, you got anybody who watches me longer than one day or 1 week knows that if I'm wrong, I say it. I have no problem saying I'm wrong. If you think I'm going to sit up here and act like I'm right about football every single day, first off, and this is fine, but you guys don't broadcast for 6 hours a day on football, okay? When you do that, you're going to have more things that come out of your mouth that are wrong, okay? That's just the nature of the beast, okay? But I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. No problem. And in fact, there's a good chance I'm wrong about football more than I'm right, as most people who are honest and commentate about football are. But if you think I look stupid because we needed the elite quarterback to play like an elite quarterback, and he finally did that, and now you think it made me look stupid, in fact, I think I did my job. Thank you, Jalen Hurts. Welcome to the 2025 campaign, my friend. We need you out there. All right? We need you out there, my friend. No, I'm not holding them to that standard, Dank. Dank, it's two extremes, though. Where does the truth lie, Dank? 158.3, agreed. It's stupid. Not going to do it again. All right? But you also have to be better than he was weeks 1 through 6. You're going to have to lift the team up more. We're going to have to get more out of Jalen Hurts. More consistency. I think it's really stupid to expect 158. I don't think anybody does, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody does expect 158.3. That's a crazy comment. But it was a good thing to see him elevate the team yesterday. Spa City, the run blocking is absolute pitiful. It's the worst part about this offense right now, easily. They're actually holding up in pass blocking. They're actually holding up in pass blocking well. It's the run blocking that sucks. Saquon's getting – I'm sorry. I do not agree with John and Sills. Both of them are starting to think, well, 7 games now. I think something might be wrong with Saquon, or Saquon might have lost a step, or this is – I don't think it's at all Saquon. Maybe there's some moments where Saquon could do a little bit better or make a different cut or get upfield a little quicker. Maybe, but, dude, 8 tackle for losses yesterday for the Vikings. It almost feels like a third of the runs that Saquon gets, he's hit. It's like Jalen hands the ball off, boom, contact. It's like immediate contact. Yeah, that's what I mean. Catch, you get hit the handoff half the time. I really don't think it's on Saquon, but, you know, it is what it is. The unfortunate reality about the run game right now is it kind of looks bleak in terms of when you think it's going to get better. You know, like, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I'll gauge the chat on that. The run blocking doesn't feel like it's going to get all that much better this year, at least right now. I mean, maybe Cam Jurgens gets healthy all of a sudden. I don't know if I see that. Maybe Landon gets healthy and returns to form. I don't know if I see that. I think Tyler Steen has been awesome in pass blocking. I don't think he's a great run blocker. I don't know if that improves. Oh, roll Philly. You're a sit. Roll Philly. I'm done with you for the day. I'm done with you for the day. Here we go. B Pump says Jalen once in a blue moon hurts. Flexing and Steppin says some of y'all are Hurts benders and it's okay. I agree, Flex. I ain't gonna tell anybody how to be a fan, but we got a lot of Hurts benders in here. All right. We got a lot of Hurts bender boys. Big Dom, what's up, Big Dom? Didn't chuck 19 deep balls, right? Finally passes over the middle, corner edge. Let's get O-line help now. Block and tight end help. Let's fix the run. Big Dom, good takes. Good takes. We do have to fix the run. It looks bleak to me in terms of fixing the run. I don't necessarily know what that looks like. Spa City! Who remembers my instant reaction show to the trade for Tank Bigsby? Who remembers my instant reaction show to the trade for Tank Bigsby? Who remembers it? A lot of you guys were giving me shit for it a week ago, so I know some of you remember it. Some of you remember because some dude said, oh, Xander, you were all jacked up on Tank Bigsby. Yeah, well, I thought he could be running back too. Because I don't know about you, but I've never been a Will Shipley guy. Will, you could stay at running back 3. I think that's a better role for you. All right? I think that's a better role. By the way, we better get Howard Eskin on this week. That'll be hilarious. Thank you. Spa City. Most people are like this, but it's always the two extremes that are the loudest. All right. He said we all make mistakes, Z. Keith, point to my mistakes. What are they? I'm open to hear them, but I'm not sure I'll agree. Oh, Gregorio, that is some bullshit. That is some bullshit, bro. He says Zander was talking like Tank was the next Walter Payton. Oh, come on, Gregorio. Here's Life is for Living. You a Birds fan and seen 2 Super Bowls in your life. How you hating on the guy that give us our second chip, Goofy? All right, Life is for Living. Go back to the parade float, dog. That shit's over. You keep talking like that for the next 30 years, you'll be a Cowboy fan. All right? I don't think like that. That's what Cowboy fans do. How many times have you heard the Cowboys lose and they come on here and they're like, well, Dak Prescott played good. Well, at least we have Dak Prescott. That's like the Jalen Hurts fanboys. Eagles lose the game and they're like, oh, my God, how are you talking about Jalen Hurts? Ah! Shut up. All you fucking nerds. You sound like Cowboy Eagle fans. This is the new breed that's happening in our fan base. I'm sure some of you see it. I think it's the social media generation. Eagle fans are turning, maybe the success is getting to our head. Maybe the success is getting to our head. We have Cowboy Eagle fans infiltrating the fan base. Because anybody who lives in this area knows being an Eagle fan is not, you don't walk around, oh my God, we are the greatest team in the world. And our quarterback, I love him with all my heart. All right. They started drinking coconut. Hey, I'll tell you what, that's unfortunate to hear because I do like coconut water. Yes, we do have a giveaway this week. I'm going to give this one to Roll Philly Dogs. Where's Roll Philly Dogs? We got that Jalen Hurts. You know, I was joking. I was joking yesterday. The Hurts jerseys, they stopped selling, man. I don't know what happened the last couple of weeks. The NFL called, and they were like, man, he was the top-selling jersey all summer. He was the top-selling jersey all summer. Through 6 weeks, he dropped off. Now they're back selling like hotcakes. The Jalen Hurts are back selling like hotcakes. Oh, that's classic. That is classic. All right. Zaddy, you got to get off the creamy juice. What, the coconut water? Here's Bird Season. You don't have to be a Jalen fanboy, but you've watched the man do it all for years. Well, not really. Why doubt a man that constantly comes through? Well, you're right. Maybe I was too hard on him, but I don't really give a shit. I mean, it is what it is. The team lost 2 straight games to the Broncos and the Giants. Are you under the belief that the Broncos or the Giants should have beat us? Because I'm not. We got doubled up by Cam Scattaboo and Jackson Dart without Malik Neighbors. You know? I thought the quarterback needed to be better, and he was, and that's what I said. He deserves credit now for being better. That doesn't mean when he doesn't play well or do his job well or elevate the team as an elite quarterback that he's above criticism. As Boss Diddy says, make sure you handle that, Zander. Cook Sills today. I'm going to have to try and cook him, but you know he's going to hold some shit against me too. That's all right, though. Welcome to Talking About Sports. Oh, Fern Rock. That's a dusty station, Flex. I avoid Fern Rock. I used to take Fern Rock to school, Flex. Before I got my license, and when I went to prep, and my dad was always working hard, obviously, so he couldn't drive me all the way in. He would drive. Fern Rock's about 10 minutes from me. He would drive me down to Fern Rock, drop me off at Fern Rock early in the morning. I'd wait for the express sub. I'd take it right down to Girard Avenue and jump off. Or if it was an express, it might have only went to City Hall, and then you got to get on the other sub now to go back to Girard Ave. My boy got jumped at the Girard stop, so I was always sketchy on that, but Fern Rock blows. All right. Can't we throw out the Giants game? I think it's fair. All right. I think that's fair. Let's see what this numbnuts is saying. Xander likes to laugh and crack on Hurts, but don't defend Hurts after a bad game. Or you're a fanboy. Y'all are pitiful. A bunch of McKee munchers and Burrow boys like I appreciate you clapping back, all right? I appreciate you clapping back. But at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit. He said, D. Hurts says, nah, what up now, Xander? Yo, Hurts finally played like an elite quarterback, D. Hurts. Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy? You tell me every day he's elite. All right, good. He was elite yesterday. Welcome to the party. Welcome to being elite. You're right. It is all fun. I like sports talk because I like when I don't agree with people. Like I'm not like a lot of people are like, Dan Orlovsky said something I don't like. I hate him. Or Ro Philly, I was joking about you with this in the DMs. All the Eagles fans who are like, Cam Newton doesn't know anything about football. I'm like, yeah, you're right. A fucking MVP of the league, first overall pick, a guy who was damn near a Super Bowl winner and who took the league by storm, doesn't know football because you don't agree with his takes. Now, that is some fanboy shit if I've ever heard it. Cam Newton doesn't know football. Oh, come on. Come on. Like people in the chat know more football than Cam Newton. That's pretty funny. Yeah, roll Philly. You do sometimes. Don't act like you're immune to that. Daniel, let's get to the point. Guys, I don't know. I think I saw this in the Discord. Guys, I've been doing this a long time. I've been with Sills for 5 years. You don't need to read into his tweets that much. I promise you. I'm going to put it at precisely a 0.0% chance of happening. Sig Lord, Abe, all you guys talking about it, you must be new to Sills' tweets. You must be new to that. You can go back and scan the timeline for 5 years. 0.0% chance of happening. Okay? But I get it. I understand your takes. I understand why you said that. There's a 0% chance of that happening. Okay? I promise you. I promise you. No, Sills tweeted out that Flex, they got to stop falling for it, man. They got to stop falling for it. It is what it is, though. Now, Sills tweeted out that WIP and 97.5 The Fanatic called him. Which is great if he gets calls. That's a credit to us. Kibo says, last 5 years we've been a contender, nothing to bitch about. Well, Kibo, you have the ability to sit on your keyboard, and when things don't look good, you can just not show up. I have to be here every day. This is how I make money. This is how I put food on the table. This is how I, feed my family. This is how I make a living, my friend. I got to be here every day talking about it. If you think I can just come up here and say, for the last 5 years, we've been really good, so I have nothing to talk about and nothing bad to say. That's not how sports talk works, man. That's not how sports talk works. I got to talk about it every day in and day out. Good, bad, indifferent. That's the nature of the beast. Sometimes I'm going to say some things you don't agree with. Underdog. I try telling these people this. All right, I tried telling people this. Sill's trying to get JAKIB to pay him more. Well, I pay him already fucking a lot, guys. Please, don't hear me. Don't miss me with that bullshit. All right? A lot of you would dream to make what Sills is making to do a 4-hour show about the Eagles every day. All right? Here's Caesar. Caesar says, I thought we were all adults here. Caesar, I sent you some more JAKIB merch. I'm upset about your sweatshirt, by the way. I'm going to send you a new one, I think. He says, clearly not. Let's come back to a world where people are held accountable. Hurts played excellent yesterday, but not on previous games. Come on, people. Let's be real. Caesar. Sometimes common sense is not so common. All right. Bird season, this is actually a very fair comment. He says, I'm under the belief it's the NFL any given Sunday. That's completely fair. All right. I think that's fair. All right. I think that's completely fair. I do. Ian East says, "Damn, Z, that's a worse." Nah, Ian East, you don't know the business. JoJo, you guys are all clowns. I love you all, but you are. D. Hurts says, "Sounds like drug dealers. Many ways to feed family." Are you saying that as a sports talker and I started the business in around the Eagles that I'm like a drug dealer? Nah, that was in college. I was the weed man. In college, I might have been the weed man. Not today, though. All right. Underdog, that's how I see it, but most people don't. Roll Philly. I don't think AJ was saying that. I really don't. I really don't. I don't think that was AJ. I don't think AJ was saying that. I think he was just talking shit after making a big play, dude. All right. I think he was talking shit after making a big play. You know, that's what players do. It's an emotional game. These are human beings. You know, I always hate people who remove the human element of the game. You know, they're human beings. It's the same shit I say about getting AJ Brown the football, because so many people come in and say AJ should just shut up and accept it. I'm like, dude, AJ believes he should be in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't give a fuck what you say. AJ thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame. He wants the football. It's a good thing. That's a good thing. You want AJ Brown to want the football. I promise you do. You know? So I don't look at that as a negative thing at all. And I also, but even on a real note, Roll Philly, I don't think that's what he said. Like, somebody put out a quote of what he said. That's not, I didn't hear that at all. I listened to it 30 times. I didn't hear what people said he said. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm cool with AJ expressing some emotion. All right. Think about it, man. Jerry Rice isn't Jerry Rice without Joe Montana. All right. Now, maybe he'd still be dominant. I'm sure he would. Obviously, it's Jerry fucking Rice. But you get my point. AJ needs to get the football to get his respect. In 10 years, when we look back on his career and he's done and dusted and he hung up the cleats, you know. All right, so Curtis is going to upset the Jalenites today, and I'm all right with it. Let's have the conversation as we always do here on the show. All right. I think probably does anybody have criticisms about the offense yesterday? Does anybody have any criticisms about the offense yesterday? I'd like to hear what they are if you have them. I'd like to hear what they are if you have them. Does anybody have any criticisms of the offense? Catch says too many 3-and-outs. Daz says run blocking. That's the obvious one, man. They can't run block for shit. O-line, going to be a lot of O-line. Run game sucks. All right, 3-and-outs. I think that's a good one. Lack of depth on the O-line. Clearly, Howard, a big problem. Run blocking, not many underneath routes. ZM, I alluded to that earlier. Line needs to be more in sync. Too reliant on the Brandon. I'm going to get to that. Brandon, that's a good take by you. All the impressive stuff was scramble drills. Josh B., I know you're a good listener. If you listen to the show today, John referenced that. A lot of off-schedule stuff, which is not something you can build an offense around. All right. Ian East says, in the first half, after the first drive, it reverted to type 3-and-out on repeat, and second half was great. Third quarter was really excellent by Jalen Hurts. Original Philly says that Jerry Rice reference is why you don't like. Who said I don't like Jalen? Are you guys serious? Are you guys fucking serious? I have a number 2 Eagles Jalen Hurts jersey in my fucking closet. Who said I don't like Jalen? Because I was critical of him when I said he needed to elevate and be elite. Holy shit, Original Philly. You really are a fanboy. Z, I don't mind him being fired up. Just be positive. That's why I love Smitty. Well, I don't know if you're aware of. I mean, Smitty, I think, has more gripes than you think. Sig Lord says, I'd like to see Jalen scramble more when he gets flushed out. He's a good runner, but doesn't run anymore. Well, Sig Lord, yesterday my favorite part was he looked downfield. When you break the pocket and you only run, you might miss plays downfield. Yesterday, he kept his eyes downfield. That 4th and 4, he could have scrambled. That 4th and 4, go rewatch the 4th and 4. He could have scrambled and picked up the first down. He would have gotten 8 yards, but he got a 37-yard touchdown. Keep the eyes downfield. I thought that was an improvement for Jalen. I see that a little differently. All right. Still too many idiot calls and poor route schemes. I agree with that. 4th and 4, perfect example of that. If Jalen doesn't extend that play and point to AJ to go deep, that was an awful. All right. That was an awful take or an awful play call. The man has a painting of Jalen. That was underdog. Relax. That was given to me. All right. It was given to me by somebody who's a big fan of the channel. You want me? My frame broke for it. Look, it's 1 of 200. That was given to me. What's that say? 50 out of 2,000 or something? I'm going to send this to Roll Philly Dogs. Roll Philly Dogs. I'm going to send the Jalen painting to you, dog. Yeah, Spa says, damn right. I like how he's not bailing out of the pocket. Yeah, but even when he bailed out of the pocket, Spa City, here's the thing with Jalen. You're going to have to live with some of the bailing out of the pocket because that's kind of what makes him a special player. You know what I mean? Like that is part of what makes him a special player where he can make plays when things break down more than most can. You know, yesterday, Carson Wentz, things break down. He ain't fucking making plays, man. He ain't. He used to, but he doesn't anymore. All right, so this is my no, Roll Philly. It legitimately fell off my wall. It was on the wall, and I was trying not to because I didn't have a stud where I wanted to hang it. I don't know. Whoever built this fucking thing, they didn't build this. Is not a very well-built studio structurally in terms of, you know, the studs and stuff. So I used the command things to stick it on the wall. This shit just fell one night. I came down and it was broken on the ground. I'm like, oh, damn. This is what it is. I don't go to Halloween parties, Joe Whip. Do I look like the kind of guy that does Halloween to you? Do I look like the kind of guy that does Halloween to you? I do. These are Chinese walls. Chinese walls. All right. All right. So the problem I would say with the offense yesterday for me would be you had 3 scoring drives. One of them was a go ball. The 4th and 4 was, let's be real, if Jalen doesn't extend that play and point to AJ, that was not going to be a touchdown there. So it was still a little bit boom or bust. Like, I want to see more underneath stuff. I want to see more consistent things that they can build on. At the end of the day, you can't come in every week and just say, I'm going to hit 3 shot plays today. Boom. Like, if that's not there, where is the offense? Where is the underneath stuff? Where is the quick slants? Where is some of that stuff still isn't there? It's not there. And that would be my concern on the offense, where if you're going to be consistent week in and week out, you got to get more of that in the game. You have to get more of that in the game. All right? That would be my one knock, probably. And I don't think Kevin Petula was that great still. I mean, that 3rd and 5 run call, Jalen's cooking in the third quarter, whenever that was. They get down in closer, 3rd and 5, and they run the ball. Then they missed a field goal. I know why they missed a field goal. Somebody said it on the post-game show. You know? Fucking missed a field goal because they shot themselves in the foot with the momentum. 3rd and 5, Jalen Hurts is cooking on the drive, and you run the ball? They weren't running the ball all fucking day. Put it in the quarterback's hands. Original Philly, thanks for becoming a member, brother. What'd you bail on me because I wasn't speaking about your quarterback the way you wanted me to speak about him? I always say I don't want people to be a JAKIB fan if they need to agree with my take. If you're only here because you want to hear stuff you like about Jalen, you're going to be gone soon. You know, you're going to be gone soon. I want people who are here for the sports talk. Good, bad, and different. Agree, disagree, don't agree. It is what it is. That's what I want. Those are the kind of fans who are going to be here for the long haul. Not people who only want to hear what they think. Because you're going to flake. Eventually, I'm going to disagree with you. All my biggest haters are becoming a member today. Almighty Lambo becomes a member. Thank you, Almighty Lambo. Appreciate it, brother. Perfect passer rating. It was a great game, D. Hurts. Dank says, saying he can't read a defense is so dumb. Dank, I think he struggles still with progressions, though. Like, getting to his later progressions is still a challenge for him, in my opinion, compared to other people. Original Philly says, see what happens when Jalen wins. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Listen, I want Jalen to win, brother. I never suggested trading Hurts. Who was saying that shit in the chat? You were saying bench Jalen. No, I fucking wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was willing to hear the conversation about why another skill set might work for the offense as it's constructed today, which is a fair conversation when you can't run the ball. I agree with that, Dank. A little different. Yeah, roll Philly. I was legitimately. You think the Jalen? That's when the Jalen poster came off the wall. 3rd and 5. You call the run there. I wasn't flirting with it. That's wrong. I was simply being critical of the quarterback who you guys tell me is elite, bro. Roll Philly. Is he elite or not? Roll Philly. Is Jalen Hurts elite? Give me a one-word answer. I don't need your bullshit soliloquies. One-word answer. Is Jalen Hurts elite? Is Jalen Hurts elite? One-word answer. I'm not pulling it up. Is Jalen Hurts elite? You guys can't. A lot of you just can't give a one-word answer. Yes. Then hold him to an elite standard. That's all I'm asking. Then hold him to an elite standard. That doesn't mean he has to be perfect every week. But it does mean you can't put up 17 points to the New York Giants and then think you're going to get away with it. All right? I always laugh. We got a lot of great Eagle fans, and I love a lot of them. But this is where we go into Cowboy Delulu land. You know, if Jaden Daniels did what the Eagles did last week to the Giants and got doubled up, we'd be ripping them. If Dak Prescott did that, we'd be ripping them. Jalen Hurts didn't, you got to elevate. You got to elevate. Is the sky blue? That's pretty hilarious. Zander, ask J-Mac and he'll say, well, John always has a way to explain himself out of it. I do, but even Allen Burrow, Lamar, Mahomes have had at least one stink. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, absolutely. No one has played a perfect 17. I don't think he needs to play a perfect 17, but losing to the Broncos and the Giants back to back with the weapons that we have is pretty unacceptable in my opinion. Now, if you don't want to hold them to that standard and you're going to cape for them, like you've already said that you will, Roll Philly, which is fine. I'm not mad at you for being that type of fan. There's plenty of fans who are like that. Mahomes has been bad in plenty of games. Jason, I hate to say this, but Mahomes' team is not that good around him. I mean, they're talking about Rashee Rice like he's A.J. Brown. He ain't. And neither is Xavier Worthy. That guy's a Temu Tyreek Hill. He's a fucking Temu Tyreek Hill. He's a taller Temu Tyreek Hill. I'm not even sure Xavier Worthy's all that good. All right. Exactly, Waddington. Thank you. Losing to the Giants just pisses me off. Google says the elite quarterbacks in the NFL currently include Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. Timu. Speaking of Timu, we've had a Timu offseason, and that defense is looking like it, isn't it? That defense is looking more and more Timu, bro. Johnny Mac's take of the offseason was the Timu take because this defense is not that good. And I don't want to hear anything about Vic Fangio. Please. I don't want to hear any bullshit about Vic Fangio. They took all this dude's talent away, gave him a bunch of Timu scrubs, and are expecting him to lift the team to victory. This is why Jalen needs to be an MVP this year. I'm telling you right now, you guys better thank me for the way I'm talking about Jay Hurts because we need elite or we're cooked. Flex, thanks for the super chat, brother. Flexen says, if you don't like what we're saying about Jalen, get the fuck out of here. I love it, Flex. I appreciate it, Flex. I'll leave that up for a little bit. Flex, thanks for the $10, brother. Appreciate your support. Flex, Flex, I don't know if you were here last night, Flex. And Roll Philly, I'm about to call you out, too. M. Reyes is telling me how to be a fan on the postgame show last night after everybody left. And I posed to M. Reyes. I don't know if he's in here right now. Have you ever even been to the city of Have you ever even been here? Have you ever even been to Philadelphia? That you're telling me how I'm supposed to be an Eagle fan. I've been an Eagle fan my whole life. And now people who've never even been in our fucking city are going to tell me how to be a fan. And Reyes responded with, no, I've never been to Philly. I said, all right, so sit down and shut up. Sit down and shut the hell up. Roll Philly, you're in Texas. Roll Philly, you ever been to Philadelphia? Roll Philly dogs. You ever been to Philadelphia? You ever been to Philadelphia? You ever been to Philadelphia? Now, I'm not going to say you can't be a fan if you've never been to Philly. But if you've never been to Philly, don't come in here and tell me how to root for my team. Sit down and shut the hell up. All right? Roll Philly Dogs is silent now. He's like, shit, I've never been to Philly. I've never been to Philly. What am I supposed to say? How can I get Zander now? It's tragic. It's tragic, D. Reddick. All the people who never been to Philly are the people who tell the people in Philly how to be a fan of Philly. All right. Been twice, only for a couple days. Once for oh, did you play hockey? I played hockey too. Love hockey. Nobody knows what it's like. D. Reddick, I'm trying to tell these people, man. I walk into the post office. I tell this story all the time. I'm friends with the guy in the post office. He's a JAKIB fan. He listens to JAKIB, and he manages all my giveaways. I gave him a jersey. He manages all the giveaways. Well, not manages it, but I bring the jerseys up to ship them, and I give them to the post office guy. And we always talk Eagles for a little bit. You know, I go in there, and he's like, man, this fucking passing game, if they can't start to pass the rock, man, I'm going to lose my shit. That's what he's saying to me. That's what people in Philadelphia say. People in Philadelphia don't walk around like, you can never say a word about our quarterback. That's not what people sound like here. I know some of you might think that, but that's not what people talk like in Philly. I told you, at Screwballs last week on Thursday night, all the people there, Eagle Al picked against the Eagles for the first time in 5 years. All right, they weren't happy with the Birds' performance. All right? It's a classic. Roll Philly, I love hockey, man. That's dope. I played travel for a long time, too. I was AAA up here, man. Yeah. Underdog. I remember when somebody was mad at Underdog because Underdog's not a Jalen guy. And somebody was bitching at Underdog, and he dropped his address. Literally the middle of Philly. He dropped his address. Show up at my door, bitch. Underdog, they can't tell you how to be an Eagle fan, brother. They're not allowed to do that. All right? Should all your relationships be with a person from your hometown? I don't know what you mean by that. No. We got plenty of people in here who aren't from Philly. I'm not saying you have to be from Philly. I'm just saying if you aren't, don't tell me how to root for my team. Lucia says, who the fuck is Eagle Al? Eagle Al's been coming to our Thursday night show for years, Lucius. He's the ultimate Eagle fan. Every week he shows up in a different jersey. He never picks against the Birds. He's the ultimate Jalen super fan. He loves the Eagles. And last week he showed up and he's like, man, this team sucks. This team stinks. I'm telling you, man, losing to the Giants does things to Eagles fans. It just does. All right. It is what it is. Dank says, someone said it's stupid or not. No, I don't think that. I don't think that, Dank. I think those fans are welcome. I'm just not going to tell somebody how to, tell me how to be a fan. Look, Almighty Lambo, let me guess, you're not in Philly. There's people in Philly who hate the Eagles with a passion, too. You don't got to like the team from your home state. Roll Philly. Yes, sir. I played goalie. I always show this off because I fucking love this thing. I always show this off. Look, there's my beautiful cross. St. Joe's Prep on one side. Zan on the mask. And then I have that was my goalie coach. Z Tending was my goalie coach. So my goalie coach is John Zadunkowitz. His name was Z Tending. That was his logo. And I loved it because it had a Z on there. Cross is the best part, though. I got this made when I was in high school. Love that goalie mask. I'm cooking this goofball on X who's a cow. I never got that. How are you a Cowboy fan if you grew up in Philly? All right, maybe if you're not an Eagle fan, or what? How are you a Cowboy fan, though? Here's Sentex Bird. All right, see, now I got all the... I didn't mean to offend anybody who doesn't live in Philly. I'm just telling you, if you don't live in Philly, don't fucking tell me how to root for my team. I'm not saying there's no fans who aren't in Philly. Been an Eagle fan for 35 years, living in Texas. F the Cowboys. I love it. All right. Spouse City gets it. He says, Xander, losing to the Giants have you ready to beat up the first motherfucker. Yeah, that was me on the shows last week. Celia was joking about it. He's like, Xander's the most angry I've ever seen him. All right. They Temu fans, Xander. They might be. All right. They Temu fans, brother. That's pretty funny. That is classic. That is classic. All right, everybody. Good show, man. Good Xander time. Appreciate you guys doing it. Let me make sure I got all my super chats. I did. Thanks, everybody. Original Philly, thanks for becoming a member, bro. Almighty Lambo, thanks for becoming a member. I don't know what state you're in or what country you're in, for that matter, but I appreciate you checking in, brother, and being a member. We need a watch party, Z. Underdog, maybe I'll have it here. I got a beautiful studio. I can get a couple TVs in this bitch. Come on, man. I'll do that. I got to work, though. Game days are a work day for me, you know? It used to be make the wings, get some pizza, kick your feet up, and enjoy some Eagles football. That's not my life anymore, which is good. I don't mind it. I love it. I'm blessed. I'd rather be doing this than other shit. So, now it's tomorrow. Brandon, come on. You've been here long enough to know. Tuesdays is our giveaway day. Brandon, what are you new here, Brandon? Brandon, Tuesdays are the giveaway day. We got this Jalen Hurts jersey. By the way, Texas T, if you're in here listening, I saw your message about you don't want Kelly Green. I'm trying to get you midnight. It's a little harder for me to get, but I'm trying to get it. So Texas T, just give me a couple more days. I should be able to get it. I think I'm going to be able to get it. Everybody else who won a giveaway should be sent or they got it. Philly Don, I sent your hat. Chasen, you probably got your jersey, or maybe you'll get it this week. I sent it on Friday. Pin, I think you got your merch. Abe, you should have got your merch. Brandon Howard, did you get your hat yet? Brandon Howard, did you get your hat yet? Texas T, just give me a day or two. He'll tell me if he can't get it. D'Anthony Harris says, Xander, Dick Banjo. Is that your nickname for Vic Fangio? Bro, blame Howie Roseman. He stripped his whole defense. Vic Fangio showed up and gave us the #1 defense in football, and Howie said, fuck you, Vic. I'm taking all your talent. Come on, D'Anthony. You can't be mad at Vic Fangio. You absolutely cannot be mad at Vic Fangio. You gotta be kidding me, dog. Are you kidding me, D'Anthony? He called him Dick Banjo. You gotta be kidding me. Oh no, Philly, Don, you had some packages stolen? That shit might have been in there, bro. Let me go check. Oh man. What's up with everybody getting their packages stolen? All these crooks out there. Nobody comes to my front door. I stay strapped around here. Let me look. No, it doesn't say it delivered yet. Wait, I'll get you the update. Nope, it didn't deliver yet. You're good, Philly Don. I'll send you the tracking number in your email. I'll send you the tracking number. I'll send you the tracking number. I can't believe that guy called him Dick Banjo. That is nuts, bro. Dick Banjo. That is crazy. Jason Big, thanks for becoming a member, brother. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. All right. Zander cyberbullying me today. I can't be cyberbullying. I'm speaking on the show. You want to come on? I'll drop you the link right now. Come on and defend yourself. Are you mad I exposed that you're from Iowa or Arkansas? Are you from Arkansas, bro? Are you from Arkansas? I can't believe that dude called Vic Fangio Dick Banjo, man. Underdog, I hate thieves. I fucking hate thieves. You low-life scums. I hate thieves too. I agree. It's a great word for them. Disgusting. Shitty people. No, Boston. What are you, Arkansas? Yeah, don't tell me you're Arkansas. Please don't tell. I sent you a jersey a couple years ago, didn't I? You won one of our first jerseys last year. Oh, my God. Don't tell me you're Arkansas. Are you Arkansas or are you Kansas? You gotta be kidding me, man. You guys see what I'm dealing with? Spa City's out there in Arkansas. I know. I knew I sent your jersey to Arkansas. That's funny shit, man. Oh, Spa City says, get off my state. Oh, that is classic. That is classic. All right. Hot Springs is Spa City, Z. Oh, all right. I didn't know that. That's some geography lessons for me right there. Z does the jersey giveaway just to get your Addy. Bro, I got like 80 Addies. You think I give a fuck about somebody's Addy? Fuck. People are weird. All right. People got my Addy too. Good. Show up. See what happens. All right. Now, I can't deal with a liar either. Ishan. That's why I come up here and speak my truth about the Eagles. Whether I'm right or wrong, I'm always going to be honest. And some people will not like that because they'd rather me lie to them and say, I'm a Jalen Hurts ultimate defender. If I think Jalen plays like dog water, I'm going to say it. If I think he's got to be better, I'm going to say it. I can't lie. I am incapable of lying. Believe me, I've gotten myself into trouble in my life many times because I can't lie. My girlfriend said, my fiance, she's not my girlfriend anymore. She says that to me all the time. Can't you just lie to steady the water? No. I would rather upset some people and be honest than be a liar. I ain't no damn liar, man. I don't like liars. Liars can't be trusted, obviously. Liars can't be trusted. Liars and thieves, both of them, obviously can't be trusted. All right, I love all you guys, man. Fun show. It's always a fun show. It's always a fun show on JAKIB Sports. Bring back great sports talk. Make sports talk great again. Somebody make me the JAKIB hat. Make sports talk great again. Make sports talk great again. I don't want butterball sports talk. I don't want butterball sports talk. Not in this city, I don't. All right, love all you guys. And that's TGA. That's classic. That is classic. I think Oregon Steaks is still open. I've had Oregon Steaks. Let me look. Who's down in South Philly? Last week I got Delco Steaks, and I got D'Alessandro's over the weekend. Boy, I put up a tweet of a picture of D'Alessandro's. All these people coming in and out. Bob, oh, no, this place is great. This place sucks. I'm like, it's still a solid steak. All right. And Philly Don reminds me, says, Zander, keep doing you. Lying is a sin and so is stealing. That's correct, Philly Don. Brandon, let me check in your hat, bro. What is up with this shit? Brandon, you got Brandon. Yo, it's Brandon. Oh, no way. Brandon, it's time to move out of Canada, bro. Brandon, it's time to move out of Canada. Siglord says, Z, is Chubby's really shitting out? See, Sig, back in the day, when D'Alessandro's was first getting all that hype, I used to think Chubby's was better. I would go across the street, get a Chubby's. I told you guys I used to do these cheesesteaks tours. I had a Chubby's a couple weeks ago. I'm not gonna lie. You know when you get a cheesesteak, you know I'm eating some crappy food. Yeah, Delco Steaks is fire on it though. I'm eating some shitty food, so I want it to at least taste good. Right? I'm inching myself closer to a heart attack while every time I eat a cheesesteak. So if I'm gonna eat a cheesesteak, I at least want it to taste pretty good. I got Chubby's and I was like, this isn't even worth it. This isn't even worth it. I was pretty upset because Chubby's used to be fire. And here, look at all the ditties in the chat. Look at all the ditties in the chat. All right, I'm seeing a dilemma with the hats, folks. I see what's happening now. Who else got a hat? Oh, this sucks. I think the supplier is out of hats right now. That's what I think is happening. Pin, where's Pin? Is Pin in here? Angelo's is amazing. Angelo's is a fire spot, no doubt. Damn, I got to go and check on this shit. Wait, Abe, you got your hat, right? Abe, I thought I saw in your picture that you got your hat. See, that's crazy because I ordered Brandon Howard's hat the same day that I ordered Abe's hat. And Brandon Howard's, it says suppliers out of stock. And Abe, I think, got his hat. Damn. I'm going to have to go and custom make some hats. I might have to go and cut. Yeah, this is it. This is the hat. Maybe I'll custom make some for the great people. Philly Don, don't worry, I'll make it right. Brandon Howard, don't worry, I'll make it right. Pin, don't worry, I'll make it right. Pin said, thank you for my merch. Pin, you didn't even get half of it. You didn't even get half of it. It's tragic. Damn, man. Damn. But, all right, love all you guys, man. Good show. Let's keep up the great sports talk here on JAKIB Sports. All right? And we will continue to do that. In all seriousness, though, Yesterday was a beautiful thing for every Eagle fan out there. All right. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. They won the game. Jalen Hurts delivered a masterful performance. DeVonta Smith got involved. A.J. Brown got involved. I mean, it was a thing of beauty. All right. I enjoyed it immensely. So yesterday was a great day to be an Eagle fan. Let's build on this. Let's be consistent now. I honestly think, guys, our method to win this year at a high level, at least in the regular season, is going to be Jalen playing MVP ball. I honestly believe that. It's why I put it in my notebook, which I showed you all. It's why I was hard on him after week 6 when he wasn't an MVP level player versus the Giants or the Broncos. I think this is how we got to be, man. I think this is how we got to win games this year. Running game don't look the same. Offensive line's not the same. Defense isn't the same. That leaves Jalen Hurts in the pass game. So let's see it. We need more of it. All right. Love all you guys. See you next time, everybody.